from one of the loudest venues in the NFL. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. You talk about this Falcon defense. And they've been excellent against the pass. The number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
From the 24 now, here's a second down and 9. On play action, it's Mahomes. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Keep it up, guys.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The Chiefs at 9-2 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Mahomes firing complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. Their first possession of the game, and they're already going after double coverage.
That's a nice completion that can set the tone for things to come if they're able to keep finding ways to beat what the defense is throwing at them. They look like they're confident that they can get it done.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 23, here's second and a yard. Here's Pacheco once again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
Pacheco going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he?
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon.
Like what we saw right there, good running down near the goal line, because that was a really good drive. They were able to possess the ball, have some early success moving it downfield, and then clearly the most important thing, finishing things off with the ball in the end zone.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he hadn't made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. The tight end in motion right. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
After one, it's 9-0. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A play fake. Now Penix. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. Give them 32 on the play.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Oh, he makes the catch off the tip by the safety. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
All right, you and I both know that was a lucky play. But again, I give him credit. Going up on the tip and catching that one.
Stayed with it, made his own luck, didn't he?
And he used his size there. Had a defensive back mentality to go up and get the ball on the tip. But used his size. I mean, tight ends going up and getting it, sometimes they can knock people out of the way and finish the play.
Penix on 3rd down. And the Chiefs are going to get it. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get team. He don't want it. Show it up.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Again, it's Pacheco. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
Hey, 43, 15. 44 is Mike. Check. Watch twist. Attack. Big gap.
Mahomes going to throw. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 22-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Switch.
Now Mahomes going to shift him around.
Check.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Easy. Check 24. Watch 24.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate, that was just incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Check it out, please.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Troy Anderson. And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone, definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Penix. Dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Throwing on 1st down is Penix. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. To try here for the extra point. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd and 4. Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught at the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big gain of 39 on third.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Slot man moves right. On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They'll go play action here with Penix. This ball down the field for Pitts. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Tackles. 44, right.
Here's Pacheco headed right, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Second half, close game, and we're certainly seeing some exciting plays, but it's really been the defenses. That's now back-to-back drives that have ended with interceptions.
Yeah, the guys on the other side of the ball, as we like to say, the defenders, they've been the difference makers for their teams. And when they're taking their game up to this kind of a level, I want to see what happens with these offenses. Can they match them as this game goes on? Or will the defenders continue to have full control of this one?
And oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Here's Penix on 1st and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
We got 4.
Looking to throw, Penix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 102 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Chiefs first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. A limited running room as you'll get about 3 to the 21.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Penix going to look to throw on first down. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 48 yards.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
They'll throw with Penix. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Robinson up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead. Koo now for the point after. And the lead is up to 5. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
44's the mic. 44's mic. Check, check. Cover. Tighten up, tighten up. Tighten. 15. Switch.
In motion right, one of the tight ends. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 112 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion.
44's the mic.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Cut his left. Cut his left.
third down. He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it fourth down. Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Now Mahomes got to have this one. For Marshall, that's complete. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. A new lease on life after the fourth down conversion. Here's first and 10. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Xavier Worthy, 40 yards. And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion. They're going to keep it on the ground, and he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's second and a yard. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. Well, this crowd trying to force a false start here. 3rd and inches. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's first and 10 now. A give left side to Robinson.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9. Back to throw. This ball taken in here by Brooks. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They're running it. Mike 35, Mike 35. Get your swerve on. 49, check 49, check 49.
They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Falcons have taken a fourth quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part one is done, but now on the sideline, you already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Here's 2nd down. Here's Mahomes. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down.
They'll go for it. Here's Penix.
Being chased out left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, meaning taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what is...
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Falcons, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.